Imagine how you feel if you were this woman. She says, "My husband is talking about me on YouTube in the YouTube comment section." She says, "Recently discovered my husband has been leaving nasty comments about me under some podcast videos. He watches a lot of different dating and fitness related podcasts, but I'll reference one for the sake of time. He has watched almost every Fresh and Fit podcast, and he has left multiple comments under the comment section with other men complaining about their aging wives, about his fat ratchet baby mama, saying how ugly I am and how I let myself go after marriage and having our baby. Our son is 3 years old. I gained a lot of weight in the past decade and then gained even more after pregnancy. I am really insecure about it. Calling me old, even though we're both 37, but apparently aging is different for men. This comment he left really gets to me. Basically, he was agreeing with 1,000 other men that going for a younger girl is better than an older one. And my husband said, I wish I had an 18-year-old B. It's likely that she's not ran through in her peach hugs. My wife is middle aged and her P hasn't hugged since before she was pregnant. Older women are just less hot because they got too many wrinkles, weight, and mileage on them. And I also find it gross how his comments get hundreds of likes. That one really gets to me because he knows how insecure I got after having a baby. I gained a lot of weight, and a lot of people always assume I'm older in age than I actually am. It hurts me that he wants a younger girl. It hurts that he thinks I'm unattractive. It feels worse when the person you love feels that way about you. I just wanted to vent. No advice, please. I already know everyone's going to tell me to leave, but it's easier said than done. It's not common to get married in my community, and I'm the only one in my family that's married and actually got married before having a baby. And I really don't want to be another example for a broken home for my son." That last paragraph lets us know that she got picked out, and this woman is a black woman. Look at her name. Her name is 200-pound black girl. You can see that at the top. So she feels that because she finally got picked, that this is something to hold on to and she's not going to leave. And she wants to raise her son with this man who doesn't respect women and who is deep diving into Fresh and Fit podcasts. So, because she finally got picked and she has this internalized misogynoir about herself, and she feels like getting married was such an accomplishment, she's going to raise her son, and her son is going to end up just like his daddy. So we're not even going to focus on this woman because she's stuck until she believes that she deserves better despite being black and married. Okay, but let's look at some of these comments. This person says, "Well, if you won't leave, then you're saying this behavior is acceptable. And when your son learns it's okay to treat women this way, you'll be a part in teaching him that." And someone says, "Yep, I wish this was top comment, honestly. My dad was an abusive alcoholic growing up, used to beat on my mom and I. She didn't stop the behavior, so I had to for the whole family. My dad was the first dude I ever got in a fist fight with. Now it's a broken home. Letting women be degraded and beat down but doesn't show you're a man. I wish she would have left him. Instead, she blanked." Oh, man. And we were left with the cleanup. Oh my goodness, this mom took herself out. Dad gave us up for the state 3 days later. If your dude doesn't respect the woman who had his child, he won't respect your children. Girl, what the F are you doing? Don't raise your child with this fart. This person says she doesn't want to be an example of a broken home for her son, so she will raise him in a home where she is broken because her husband is a disgusting a-hole, and her son will become his father because that's so much better than divorce. This person says, I cannot agree more. Sheesh, OP. Hopefully will realize everything said here. And this person says, not only that, her son will become like his father if she doesn't leave. Yeah, this is the reason why people acting like two people in a household is so important, but it's really not because it depends on the health and the belief system and how the people within the household treat each other. That's the important thing. If the two people are toxic or unsupportive or unloving or hateful, that's still a terrible situation to raise a child in. You guys can go ahead and let me know what you think about this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. So someone sent me this, and this is from the Ozempic subreddit, so I never would have seen it. But it does follow some of the patterns that we have seen in posts before. This woman says, devastated. My partner accidentally threw out two mostly full pens. I'm so upset. She says, we're moving, and he just threw out the entire contents of our refrigerator, despite me explaining to him in detail the importance of my medication. I'm heartbroken because it was so difficult to procure, and I'm not able to get any more until I go back to my home country where my insurance covers it. So, no emergency fills at the local pharmacy to save me. I don't even have the box with the prescription information on it to call in or help me. I'm devastated. I cried for hours. It's been 2 weeks and the food noise is coming back. I'm spiraling. Even elements of my skin picking disorder are beginning to reemerge. I found the narrowest, most fragile route to this medicine and he just threw it away. I'm distraught. You cannot convince me that an adult just cleared out a whole refrigerator without looking. This is ridiculous. And if let's just say that this person did do it accidentally, he is still a detriment to your health. And if he did it purposely, he's a detriment to your health. So both ways, you don't need to be with somebody like this. This is terrible. This is a mess. Um, some people like, you know, how why are we supposed to give the benefit of the doubt to this type of thing? And as women, we're supposed to be understanding and think nicely of this stuff, but this person could easily impact her mental health, obviously, and her physical health, because just think about how this was written. She is spiraling because of food and he threw out some medicine. This is dumb. Someone asked, was this intentional? Because I don't understand how he just did the complete opposite of what you asked. The OP says, it sounds terrible, but alas, I think it was just a major mistake during a stressful move. He wasn't malicious, but he was also being egregiously stupid about something important that I would never have done to him in similar circumstances. I showed him all of your comments, and I think it finally hit home how serious this was. He's never had to fight for medical care like this before and is finally putting all these pieces together. He started doing research and called our new family doctor right away this morning, so maybe that's going to help. They always love hearing from men over women. Bleak. There is zero chance that I would ever throw something that looks like medicine away. Like, what? Why are these supposed logical leaders able to like claim stupidity on something like that? Like, I didn't know it was important. So you ask. Why can't they ask questions? This person at the bottom says, next time assume people are dumb. Put yellow caution tape like they do for construction around it. Massive do not touch. That's what I do. Why do you have to assume that the person that you married is dumb? Why? Um, why do we let them off the hook and act like they're like I don't know what to do? Like, why do we have to act like they're? I don't get it. This person towards the middle says it sounds like it was done out of awful spite. This person says I would think it was done intentionally as well. I just couldn't imagine being so brainless to throw medication away, especially after being told not to. I've moved a whole lot and never just blindly dumped all the contents of the fridge into the trash. Exactly. There, people are not this dumb. This was malicious. It was mean. And I don't care that he is trying to find some medicine now. He was being mean and malicious. But you guys let me know what you think about this. Jump in the comments, like, comment, share. This Redditor made a series of terrible, terrible decisions, and we're going to read this so that you can know what not to do ever. She says, I'm going broke in my current relationship. I have a good job and make $60,000 per year. My boyfriend of 5 years owns his own business, but it isn't really profitable. We rely heavily on my income to get us by. I pay for 2/3 of the mortgage. He pays the other 1/3 most of the time. I also pay our electric bill, internet, groceries, vet bills, and if we ever go out to eat or do anything, it's expected that I'll pay. I also have my car payment and other expenses. I've talked to him about the burden this puts on me financially, and he just gets upset when I bring it up. He also gets upset when I tell him I can't afford certain things or I'm trying to cut back to save money. I understand he's struggling, but so am I, and I just don't see any end in sight. It's been 5 years and nothing has improved. I love him, but I don't know how much longer I can do this. I currently have $20 in my bank account and I don't get paid till Friday. Any advice, recommendations, etc. is appreciated. Break up and sell the house. That's what I see. Break up and sell the house so you can start making some money again that is not going towards your man. This is wild. This is silly. This is her boyfriend, not even her husband. And yeah, she's funding him. Her financial statement, her financial health would get much better if she wasn't funding a romance. He is your boyfriend, not your husband. This is way beyond your pay grade, and even if you two were married, he has no right to be upset when you can't afford things, not one bit. He should be apologetic and grateful. That should tell you a lot that he isn't. His attitude is completely unacceptable. Whether or not the business will be a success is irrelevant. How he treats you is what matters. And it sounds like you are his bank account, not his girlfriend. Give him some notice so he doesn't crash and burn, like a couple of weeks tops, but stop funding him completely. He will most likely break up with you and go find another bank account to empty, but at least you will know the truth of the situation for sure. If he understands why you have stopped supporting him and is completely good with it, your relationship might have a shot. I doubt it though, judging by his reactions to your concerns. Your life and well being are at stake here. Money is extremely important for survival, and he could leave you broke and unstable at any time. You are being taken advantage of in a huge way, and only you can put a stop to it. And since she is funding him, I'm sure she could pay the other 1/3 of the mortgage if she has to. All she has to do is stop funding him. The OP says, very well said. I dropped $200 on groceries this weekend, as I do most weekends. And when I got home, he complained that I didn't get certain things. I can't deal with paying and not getting any appreciation. This person says, you have turned into his mom. And she says, yeah, the tantrums are pretty common with him. And someone's like, why are you still putting up with this? Being single isn't scary or hard. Exactly. Someone asks, how long has he had a business? She says about 6 years. And somebody else says, it's not going to turn a profit if it hasn't happened yet. And then the person says, yeah, I give up at this point. It should have started to turn a profit by now. It's just becoming a money trap. So this person says, you got a mortgage with this man? Why? And she says, young and dumb. And then someone says, can I be your new boyfriend? Presents flowers and candy. This is why I said this whole thing is a series of terrible, terrible decisions. Someone asked, is he making you feel bad for how you spend your money? You said he gets funny or upset if you saying that you can't afford things. Is that things for yourself that you're complaining you can't afford? Maybe indirect way of trying to make the point, or making you feel bad if you say you can't afford to get you both a takeaway meal or something like that. The latter is one big red flag. Maybe you can sit down together and review the budget and rationalize things. If they aren't willing, it might be shame, but then they shouldn't be guilting you into spending on stuff you don't want to. And then the OP says, I pretty much have no disposable income. He gets upset when he wants to go out to dinner or get coffee or buy something for the house, and I tell him I can't afford it. He wants way too much. This person said, I had a boyfriend like this once, and my friends called him hobosexual. I'm so sorry this is happening to you, though. It's frustrating as hell to be in that situation. Imagine how much money you'll have to spend on yourself after all this is dealt with. And the OP says, someone else used that term in this thread. I hadn't heard it before, but it's pretty good. So she now understands that she is living with a hobosexual, or as I call him, a pest that wants to nest and rest. That's basically a parasite and leeching off of her. Ladies, don't be this person. Don't do this. Don't get a mortgage with a boyfriend, and don't fund your boyfriend's lifestyle. This story is wild, and it starts 7 months ago. This man says, I cheated on my wife and now she's cheating on me. So, yeah, I know I messed up. I cheated on my wife 3 years ago. We had been married for 5 years, and the second year of our marriage, I cheated on her in a drunken fling. She forgave me, and we went to marriage counseling. But 3 days ago, while my wife was in the shower, I went through her phone and found texts confirming she was cheating. I felt so betrayed, so I confronted her after she got out the shower. She claims that it's okay because I cheated on her and I set the precedent for allowing infidelity. I told her that my cheating was a one time drunken thing and that I haven't done anything since. I also told her that I don't know the girl and that she now has a relationship with this guy I don't know. She got mad and stormed off. She left work Friday and I haven't seen her since. I know she's with him and it hurts. I feel I deserve this, but at the same time, I want my wife back. What do I do? Update. Okay, wow. So a small portion of you were kind and understanding and actually gave good advice, but the rest of you are so rude. So I finally managed to get a hold of her. She basically told me it's over and that she no longer loves me. I managed to track her location to find out the person she's cheating on me with. And Dave, if you read this, F you. I honestly can't wait to get divorced now. Update. My wife hasn't come home since the day I confronted her, so I went to her HR team with proof that she was cheating with Dave. According to some close friends who work with her, when HR pulled her aside after I left. She came out crying. When Dave tried to talk to her, she pushed him aside and left for the day. This brings me so much joy. I have I have to respect myself because that guy who cheated 3 years ago doesn't exist anymore. I've quit drinking, I got into great shape, and I haven't felt better. Obviously, last week has been tough, but knowing hers is about to get so much worse brings a smile to my face. Also, she's going to be getting served sometime this week. I wish I could be there to see her face. Also, it's a bonus if Dave and her break it off. This update was 6 months ago. All right, so this is update number 2. He says, so those who saw my last post know what's up. And you can read it if you don't, but since the last update, my soon to be ex wife lost her job, lost her boy toy, and lost a lot of friends. She showed up yesterday asking to talk, which I laughed in her face and shut the door. I know a lot of you think me a monster and a terrible guy, but I don't care what you think. Her world is collapsing, and all I can do is laugh. She's earned and deserves it all. I know I cheated 3 years ago, but she forgave me, and I had to learn to love myself again. She had a full-blown affair for months on end, and she flat out told me she doesn't love me. I was willing to forgive her at first, but now after everything, everything. No, I can't forgive her. I have too much respect for myself. This update is from 5 months ago. This is update number 3. He says, so I effed up. I just got a call from my lawyer, and my wife found my Reddit post with help from who I thought was a friend. My ex friend recorded me while I was telling him about the Reddit post. My lawyer told me she's wanting half of everything. I don't understand how or why my friend did this, but here we are. I feel like I've been stabbed in the back twice. First from my wife, now him. I don't know what will happen, but now I feel less confident about my divorce. I still feel like I can win though. My lawyer said we stand a really good chance. Edit. I called my friend and asked him why he recorded me, and he told me that he respects women and was upset at how I was treating my wife. He told me until I go to therapy again and get some help, he doesn't want to be friends with me because I'm not the same person he became friends with. I don't know what to think anymore. And then yesterday, my ex wife got the house. So, the last few months have not gone well for me. Ever since my friend betrayed me, everything has gone downhill. I basically owe my wife half of everything because I got my wife fired and because I posted everything on Reddit. The judge ruled that I had essentially ruined her reputation, so she got the house because it's paid off and she has nowhere else to live. My lawyer tried to get the judge to rule for us to sell the house, but the judge wouldn't budge. My lawyer says that I should try to sue my friend for defamation because my wife now has my posts and has been sending my Reddit posts to all my friends and family, and basically everyone has distanced themselves from me. I don't know if I'd win that lawsuit because they have proof that I did post it. I don't know what to do from here, but I think I have a lot of self-reflecting to do. Oh, also, a lot of you were right. My friend has started to hook up with my ex-wife, so there's that. I'll let you guys know if I want to go through with suing my friend, but as of right now, that's all I got to update you guys with. This was such a roller coaster. He was so high. He was like, you know what? I got this. I'm going to give it to her. But he got too excited. He told everybody about his plans. And yeah, maybe this is where people got to learn how to be a little bit quiet until the plans are in action. I don't know. But also, it goes to show that do people really get over getting cheated on? I don't know. That resentment is in the back of their mind, could be in the back of their mind, and just waiting on the opportunity to get back at their supposed to be spouse or their supposed love of their life. They're just waiting. They could be waiting. So this person says this story is just pure entertainment, bud. And AMW says it's not defamation if it's true, and he has you on a recording. Just move on. You cheated, so then she cheated, and then you admitted it out loud on a recording that you purposely got her fired because you were being petty. I would have told on your ass too. I get that you're hurt, but damn, you ruined her career and then bragged about it. These are the repercussions of those actions. What did you think would happen? Also, why would you expect her to get over it when you clearly haven't gotten over it? Accomplished list says do it, as in sue the friend. Says do it because I like the drama. Somebody else has reminded him you can't sue because what he's saying is true. This person says, oh, it's you again. Yeah, nobody has sympathy for a cheater who lost everything due to his own actions. And somebody else says, are we supposed to feel bad for you? So there's that. I like I like it when the best of Reddit just puts everything there for us, and we could just see everything from beginning to end. This was definitely entertaining. You guys go ahead and weigh in with your thoughts.